Hello Richard. 5 years later, and here we are back in the room where it all began. It's starting to look like the mad scientist laboratory now. I'll take you in. I haven't shown you this view before. I've been assembling the full control system for the 81 triangles. I thought I'd show you this because I haven't seen this piece before. This is the unseen bit generally. This is the structure that everything hangs from and where all the control is. It's starting to look a bit like a time machine. I think there's about 700 meters of wire in this now, with each motor and controller. And each of these motors has its own limit switch as well, so we can put it back into a home position. So I'm just running some tests on the full rig now. It's only taken me a couple of months to wire all this thing together. I'll take you underneath. I've got to get underneath some wires to get to the middle. When I'm happy that it's all running well, I'll put the frame together and hoist it up in the air. And then hang the 81 triangles at precisely the right height and stand back, and hopefully it'll work. I say hopefully because it is the odd circumstance with this project that you get all your Christmases at once. It's only at the very end, when everything is hanging in place, that you can stand back and see whether it actually works or not. This is the heart of the control system. We've got 6 I/O expansion blocks with all the inputs and outputs. The outputs for the pulses, for the speeds, and the inputs for the limit switches, for the optical switches that stop things in the right position. If you ever need to actually reset it and put it back into its home position, the alternatives are either to have a switch that each one sees and goes home, or else it's a question of getting underneath it with a very long stick and trying to make 81 the 81 triangles all line up to the front, which isn't very easy. At least I would imagine not. It wasn't very easy with 27. I don't suppose it will get any easier with 81. So anyway, that's what's been keeping me busy recently. And soon, after about 5 years, we might end up seeing the full machine in action. Though none of this will be particularly visible again once it's up in the air. Anyway, I thought I'd share that as the most recent postcard, and hopefully within another week or so we'll be able to stand back over there and see this fractal clock finally in full working motion. Quite looking forward to that. I'll let you know soon. Alright, take care, bye bye.